Welcome to Off the Record. I am here today with,
Julia Harvey.
and I am Ivy Malik, and I am going to ask you some difficult questions. What is the most you've earned in a day cash collected?
I don't know.
Ooh.
That says a lot.
Wait, what does it say?
It says that I don't pay attention to my numbers as much as I should. And I am looking at the next thing. I focus on the work and not on the numbers because I'm passionate about what I do.
So far, you're the first person who didn't know, and I like your answer. I feel like it makes sense for how I know you.
First time I had a coach, she asked me how much did you earn last year, and I had to go get a spreadsheet because I didn't know.
Do you want to know?
I'm getting better now. I'm
Yeah.
knowing, but I need to gamify finances to care about them.
Okay, gamify how?
I have spreadsheets where I have targets to earn certain numbers, and then I care about them.
Oh, and do you enjoy
Whereas-
that?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I don't enjoy that.
So I have now a target where I keep £1,000 in my business account. I keep £3,000 in my personal account. So that's my sort of safety net in both areas. And so whenever I go over £1,000, so every day when I go over £1,000 in my business account, I skim the top and put it in my in my private. And then when I go over £3,000 in my private account, I put it into my ISA. And then when I fill my ISA, then it goes into a different savings account. So it's a little game. Every time someone pays me, I'm like, oh, I can transfer this into here now. And now I can transfer this into there. So it's like moving the money around.
It sounds like you found a system that actually does work for you, where you don't have to think about, am I actually earning a certain amount? And you're just looking at, well, am I in the safe zone? And is the money working where it's meant to be working? It sounds like you've got a good strategy going there. In your business, well, how long have you been in business for?
Almost 3 years.
Okay, so in the last 3 years, is there a moment in your business lifetime that has been a little bit of a cringe moment or an embarrassment moment that you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened, and you came back from it?
The most cringe is I launched a workshop, didn't do anything about it, put it on a website, didn't tell anyone about it, and then cancelled it.
Hardly cringe. Wait, so why didn't you tell anyone about it?
The satisfaction came from deciding what it was going to be, putting it out there, creating the workflow, creating the sales page, and then it was done. I ticked that box.
Oh, that is so interesting.
But then I didn't then put the effort into actually putting people into it.
Would you want to have people in it now, or are you like, no, that's done?
No, that's done. I've done workshops. It was really good. People loved it. That's enough for me.
Okay, what drives you?
I like projects. So I like to do something different. So I'm a general marketer. I used to do a bit of everything. I can do a lot when it comes to marketing. So when people would ask me to do something, I would say yes, because I could do it. And what I've realized is when I do something too many times, it gets really boring.
Okay.
So I don't like running the same workshop over and over again. I don't like the idea of having to make sure people not only want to do my workshop, but are available on that time and that day
Yeah.
and want to pay that money. I find that just faff I can't be bothered with. So I now really like projects that have a start, have a beginning, a middle, and an end, which is why I love building websites because I get to hyper focus on a business, obsess about it, create something amazing, and then move on to the next one that I obsess about and make something amazing, and then move on to the next one.
Love it.
So I get a dopamine all the time. I've realized what makes me tick.
Yeah.
What keeps me up at night until 1 in the morning because I've done all the stuff I should do and now I'm doing what I want to do until 1 in the morning, making myself go to bed because I need to deal with the kids in the morning. And then I realize, well, I just need to make that bit the core of my business and forget about the rest.
Yeah, like that. If you had to rebuild your business from scratch, the same thing, you've got the experience that you have, that doesn't disappear, but you had to rebuild and it's day one. What is the first thing you do?
I would actually plan. I did no research or planning on my business.
Yeah.
I went with my gut, which has worked. I left a business. I quit a job suddenly because I reached burnout. So there was never a plan to start my business. So it was I feel like my business was an accident. Everything was an accident. So I quit my job and was planning on taking a month off, going to Brazil, which is where I'm from, for a month. And I was going to then start applying for more jobs. I was a head of marketing, so I was going to apply for head of marketing jobs. In that month that I took off, people started asking me to help with their businesses. I had loads of small business owners who were friends, and they asked me, oh, can you just help me with my marketing? And can you just do this for me? And can you just help me with that? So I started helping them. Yeah. And I realized that gave me so much joy, so much more than the business I was doing, where I was just filling the pockets of big corporates. And then I started doing that. And then my daughter was about to start school. It was about to be the summer holidays. So my husband said, well, why don't you just not earn any money till September, test this out. If it doesn't work by September, then you look for a job because there's no point in starting a new job whilst trying to get a child into school and having the summer holidays. So I did it for 3 months and it worked. I loved it. Never turned back. After a month, I was like, well, this is insane. I never wanted to be a business owner. I used to think small business owners were insane. I used to help small business owners and support them with marketing and look at them and think, I never want to do what you're doing. That's crazy. I want to be a cog in a wheel. I want to work in a business and support a business. I wanted to be an employee. I never thought of being a business owner.
And now that you're on this side,
I could never go back. Never.
There's always a cost to running your own business. Is there something in particular that has been a sacrifice on your end?
I'm learning that the sacrifice is actually, I'm shifting things around as opposed to sacrificing. So it was a sacrifice. At first, I was working long hours, but I always worked long hours. I used to be hired for 40 hours a week I used to work 70. So I'm probably working less actually. I'm doing more school runs. I'm around for my kids. I think what saves me is the fact I have children because it means I have to stop. I have to go pick them up. I want to spend time with them. I do bedtime. Otherwise, I've got the brain where I would probably wake up and just work all day and forget to eat and then love it. But then it would be very bad for my health. The fact that I have children is what gives me boundaries and stops me.
If nobody was watching, what might you be doing differently?
I don't care if people are watching. I do what I do regardless. I delete people. I did a year of a trainee program and a therapist was observing the 20 of us. And at the end of the program, she said to me that one thing that was really interesting about me is if I don't care about someone, I just remove them from my orbit. If it's like they're bothering me, they're just not, they don't exist. I forget they exist. And so I always act like no one's watching.
I love that. Have you always been like that?
This was 20 years ago when she told me this.
Okay, so maybe always been like that then.
I often don't pay attention to the bad. There are things I don't do, but I don't think I would do them anyway. I don't go on podcasts. I don't go on stages. But I don't feel like that's because people are watching. That's because I don't want to do them. Like life is too short to dwell on people who aren't giving you something positive. And I think I get that from my mom now that I think about it. She does not hold a grudge because she forgets. People can be mean and horrible and it's just like, well, yeah, I know what you're saying isn't true. And she forgets that they said something and it's like it never happened.
She must lead a way happier life than most.
Yeah, she does.
There you go. I love that. If there's one thing you'd want the people watching to walk away with from the experiences that you've had, what is one thing you might impart as wisdom on them?
Focus on what you're doing. Do what gives you joy and find the thing that keeps you up at night. Find the thing that keeps you thinking, keeps your mind working at 1 o'clock in the morning and do that. Make that your business.
You've been watching Off the Record with Julia Harvey. I'm Ivy Malik. Tune in for the next one.